To David John Oates, currently a prisoner, political prisoner, and just generally for social reasons, in his wonderful home in the formerly free country of Australia. Hello, David.
Hey, Jeff. I'm not going to ask you how you are because I never get a decent answer. So I'm doing well, except I'm very tired. Just given a really intensive 3-day workshop. It was great. Oh, everyone absolutely loved it.
All right. So we reached a lot of people. A lot of people came. It was good.
Yeah, we had 19 people register for the workshop.
Good.
So that was
very good.
I was pretty pleased with that. And went right into reverse speech and what it is and how to find it and use it. Yeah, it was all.
Did you find any real good prospects in the group?
Yes, I got 3 new students for class as a result of the workshop. So, yes, so that's good. So that's what I was hoping. I was hoping to get students. So, so we got them. So, I just keep on keeping on,
See, it's a funny thing. Reverse speech. There's a magic to it. And if people either get the magic or they don't. And the magic is being able to see inside someone and to see the truth, their reality. That's magic to me. You can't do that otherwise.
No, you're absolutely right. It's just, it's incredible. Oh, gee, miraculous almost. Yeah, it's a real look into the soul of the person speaking, basically.
Sure. It is. Yeah.
So, what I've got for you this week, I don't have any current political stuff. I've been busy with my workshop and it's been a really busy week this week. I do have reversals from a student on, Klaus Schwab, so we'll look at them. I've also got some of my own research I'm still continuing on evangelists, so we'll throw some of them in. I can't remember who I played and who I haven't nowadays on your show.
Now, when David says evangelist, you want to stay tuned for this. This has just been incredibly revelatory. These street preachers who work on TV or work wherever, they're frauds. They're all evil frauds. Now, we haven't found a big-timer yet that isn't. So there may be one out there. But we have not found a top tier, an A-lister yet, who was anything less than a satanic fraud. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is absolutely correct. Yes, I found a little humble street preacher in Dallas who's genuine, and also the bishop of the United Methodist Church in America. So there you go. So we found those. All right, let's start with Schwab. We've got 5 of them that passed the test. He submitted the 7. I threw 2 out. So, this was submitted by a reverse speech analyst, Chris Garcia. And, he very, very keen young lad. He emails me every week. Is there anything I can do to help, David? How can I help? He's really keen to get involved. So I said, find me reversals for Jeff Red. He goes, okay. And then he went off and found them for me, and he found a good one.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this whole Klaus Schwab thing is, I think he's a real important target. Certainly, you've exposed Fauci time and time again. Schwab is he's a big player, and he needs to be really, I think, put under the reverse speech microscope as often as possible.
Yeah, I've actually got quite a few of them scattered throughout my computer. I'm going to pull them all together tonight, I think, and make up a YouTube video.
Good.
For those of you who haven't been following me, I have been posting up a storm on YouTube. I must have posted at least 40 or 50 videos up there in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And, evangelists and politicians and, this is all stuff that has been sitting in my computer. I may have played them on your show once, or some of them I've never played. I've never gotten around to. So it's all stuff that really no one has ever heard before. So if you really want a reverse speech bonanza, go to my YouTube channel and just have a listen. You will be stunned. And I'm getting such wonderful responses. I mean, I'm getting no likes and no dislikes, 100% likes. Wonderful comments. I mean, normally these things are, free for all fight fest, but I'm getting some wonderful feedback. I'm actually really quite surprised. Anyway.
I mean, this guy, let me do this before you jump in to Schwab. Some people listening may not know who he is. He's the chairman of the World Economic Forum, among other things. And here's just to listen a little bit to the guy. He says this is almost a year and a half ago. He said we must prepare for an angrier world. And I'm curious. This goes back to July of 2020. Let's just see what he says here, David, for just a minute or two.
Okay, sure.
But what we know is that we will end up with many more unemployed, and particularly also people in the grey economy, which are not counted for, who lose their jobs. So we will see definitively a lot of anger already now, but probably increase by the end of the year, because this crisis will be with us until we really have found a remedy. So we have to prepare for a more angry world. And how to prepare? It means to take the necessary action to create a fairer world, to see that we provide everybody with decent access to the health system, that we make sure that those people who are really left behind, and I'm not speaking only.
Okay, fast forward. We have a health system, at least in the U.S., formerly U.S., that is now staffed 2/3, approximately, by people who have not been able to avoid the mandates and have taken the shots. The health system in this country is understaffed, overcrowded, and has been righteously and rightly condemned as a death industry.
Right.
Dr. Sherry Tenpenny calls our hospitals death factories. I personally feel that all doctors, all nurses, and I could tell you a story right now that would just blow your socks off, are participants and accessories to mass murder. It's not going to change. The good people with morals who are able to stand up and ask themselves a simple question. What is my life worth? Is my life worth this job? And the answer is no. How many nurses have we seen die? How many nurses have we seen come forward and tell horrific stories about what's going on in these hospitals, medical centers?
Yeah.
Too many. So here's Klaus talking about it. We must provide a good health system for. This is a year and a half ago. He knew what was coming, but he was playing the game. This is about 7 months after the virus was turned loose or got loose or whatever, and people were beginning to slide into the maximum paranoia and fear mode that many are still in. This is July of 2020. And here's Klaus talking about, we must have a good health system. He knew there isn't going to be one. The health system's going to implode, David. It's overloaded now. It's not going to recover. And I think anybody with a brain knows that. Add inflation to it. And I found out today, get this, that the United States government pays hospitals and doctors every year in this country bonuses for COVID cases, alleged COVID cases. $13 trillion last year was paid to Medicaid and Medicare patients in the U.S. And you think that the health industry is after healing people? No. They just want to treat them. They want that money, and that's what they're doing. They're getting it. $13 trillion paid to Medicaid and Medicare a year ago. Wow. Anyway, go ahead. Onward.
Okay. Here's Klaus Schwab, number one.
And in order to have a big kickoff and to use this opportunity, we organize next week the Davos Agenda Week as a kind of mobilization of all the spirits, all the good ideas and so on, to show visions for the future.
Okay, now look, this reversal is grammatically incorrect. I just really don't like grammatically incorrect reversals. They're really rare. I mean, 99.9% of all reversals I find will be grammatically correct. This one says, your lips is law. Is that right? Your lips are law. Your lips is law. Anyway, your lips is law.
Your lips is law. Your lips is law. Your lips is law.
Well, okay. I don't think that's a problem. He's bilingual or whatever he is. I don't know. He's bi. And so he's speaking in a second language to his native German. So that's okay.
I can accept that. Yeah, I just thought I'd point that out. And it's so rare to find grammatically incorrect reversals. I mean, you have an "an" where you should, where there's supposed to be like an "an" instead of an "a," and just little subtle things like that.
Sure, got it. Yeah.
Okay, next one.
No, we will have, of course, key leaders next week assembled. It's a little bit early for the new U.S. administration, but John Kerry will certainly present his ideas about climate change.
How we doing is our feeler.
How we doing is our feeler.
Huh.
How we doing is our feeler.
Oh, I know what it means.
How we doing is our feeler.
Strange sentence structure. Basically, we're always checking ourselves out to see how we're going, to make sure that we're, how we're doing, our success and etc. is how we
you got it. Yeah.
So it's quite a logical, natural reversal. Next one.
I think there is now a new willingness. We have seen it in the statements from many capitals around the world. We have seen, let's say, the positive signs of the U.S. government by rejoining the WHO, rejoining the Paris Agreement.
We use force.
We use force. We use force. We use force.
The best way to get positive actions. Force it.
Absolutely. That's the best way to do it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, in other words, nobody messes around with the World Economic Forum, Davos, any of the others, Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, the World Globalist Elite. We use force. First way to get compliance.
That's right. Your lips is law. We use force. Okay?
He's talking about his own lips, by the way, from his subconscious. He's talking to himself. It's internal dialogue. Your lips is law, buddy. You lay it out. So.
That's right. Yep. You're getting insight into his personality. All right, next one.
we have to embrace all those different functions. It's not an either or. I think a company will succeed very well if it really takes into account all those dimensions, if people feel it serves society, and it's also in the best interest of shareholders.
Eat the asses, I don't know. Depends on what accent he's using. Eat the asses first.
Eat the asses first. Eat the asses first. Eat the asses first.
In other words, just eat up those who you don't like. Just get rid of
Get rid of the useless eaters, David.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, very cold sort of
These
soul.
people, that's the one thing, and I've had a little experience with one gentleman, and they are very matter of fact about people being removed. There's just no commiseration, there's no care, there's no concern, there's no guilt, they've got to go. They're going to go. That's it. Done. No emotion, no moral compunction. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. That's it.
Yep.
So there it is again.
Scary. And next one, last one.
I would say we have two scenarios. A very optimistic one, that by summer we are finally in a situation where we can at least declare partial victory about the virus.
Fail, get that seal.
I'll get that seal.
Huh.
I'll get that seal.
I'll be bothered.
I'll get that seal.
I really don't know what that means.
Fail to get that seal. There might be a T in there, David. Fail to. It's really quick. Really quick.
Let's play it again.
I'll get that seal.
Oh, yeah, I can hear it.
I'll get that seal.
Yeah, I can hear that.
I'll get that seal.
So what's
the seal? The seal of approval, the seal of the globalist elite, fail to get that seal.
They haven't got all they want yet. Okay, they haven't got everyone on board. They haven't got agreement.
It's not the operation is not complete. Correct.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. Well, there you go. And look, I'll just play one more on him that I played last week that I thought was quite funny. So we'll play this one again. Once again, this is all found by Chris Garcia.
I remember the moment of the birth of the Global Shapers community very well. Back in 2011.
Dream, lots of cash you want.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You gotta do that again. What the hell is he talking about? First of all, what community?
Okay, here's the thought. This is, I'm looking at the backdrop. It's a video. It says, 10 years Global Shapers Community World Economic Forum. That's what the backdrop says. So here we go.
I remember the moment of the birth of the Global Shapers community very well. Back in 2011.
Sorry. And back beginning, dream, lots of cash you want.
2011.
Dream of the cash you want. This is this whole thing. The whole thing is all about control and fleecing the sheep, taking the money, collecting the world's resources and assets. It's all about greed. How much greed is too much? There ain't no such thing. He said it right there.
It's not just with that, it's with politics, it's with religion.
You name it. They run the show. They control. The planet is controlled by evil. Satan, satanic evil, is controlling this planet.
You're absolutely
right.
That's
me speaking. That's
the premise of my next book. In point of fact, it was going to be about religious leaders and preachers, but I'm also going to be expanding out into politics as well.
I remember the moment of
Listen to this. This is hilarious. What's this music in the background? Sounds like he was going to break into a kind of a little rhyming song there. I remember. Oh, God.
Yeah, they
Creepy.
make it sound.
Creepy stuff.
Yeah, it is rather. All right, here let's look at a con who's been exposed. Where are we? Pastor Peter Popoff. Now I'm not too sure exactly how he was exposed. He was selling not selling, giving it away, but wanting donations, obviously. Giving away miracle healing water. And this miracle healing water would erase your debts, wipe your IRS debts, wipe your house mortgage. And he put out this infomercial. So I thought, okay, let's go and do the infomercial. Okay, so that's
how current is this? Is this recent?
No, he's actually fallen out of favor. This is about 2008, 2009. So about 10 years old. Okay?
Right.
He's since fallen out of favor. Although I googled his net worth, he's still, as of August of this year, worth $10 million. So he might have fallen out of favor, but he's still raking in the money.
Didn't fall out of cash. Okay.
No, really. Okay, so here's one of his ladies. This is a lady saying, "Oh, God did this wonderful thing for me."
I couldn't talk or nothing. And my brother back there, the living witness, they had to talk me. I went to the doctor, and they said they couldn't do nothing for me. He told me to drink the water and anoint my whole body with it, and I did it 2 weeks. I was out of the wheelchair and walking.
God's in the way, off with their head.
God did the way he washed me the head. God did the way he washed me the head. God did the way he washed me the head.
How's that for a reversal on a woman who's saying God's healed her? It's like the total opposite.
She leaps out of a wheelchair after drinking this holy water and rubbing it on herself.
I know.
And says that? Well,
I know. It's
pretty
crazy.
wild.
All right, now here is the infomercial reader talking.
So often, people who are experiencing hardship feel like giving up, that no one cares, or worse, that perhaps God no longer hears their prayers. Then a letter from Peter Popoff arrives with just the right words of comfort and prophetic counsel to press on in faith until victory is theirs.
Bad Satan, you will give voice.
It's the irrigate voice. It's the irrigate voice.
So these words of encouragement they're getting from Peter Popoff are coming from the satanic infiltration that has hit this planet. Okay, so
he's also saying he's going to give voice to bad Satan. He's a conduit.
Right. Yes, exactly right. Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. All right. Okay, here's another one of his woman. I think this is a woman who's got lots of money.
You always write me. You always tell me things that come to pass. It is so real. It is so true. But like you know the things that God wants you to tell me.
Okay, just blank him. Has he lost it?
Give me my sin. Give me my sin.
Look at these coming out of their mouths.
Is this the same wheelchair woman?
No, this is a different woman now. This is a different woman with a different thing. And
she's pretty messed up too.
I would say so. All right, so here's Peter Popoff himself.
Everything.
I'm so glad I got to meet you.
He simply says, had the loud voice. And we already know where the voice came from. With the previous reversal, bad Satan gave the voice. Okay?
I don't hear loud. There's no L there for me. Let's try it again. Maybe he's saying something else. Just for fun.
Sure.
Everything.
I don't know. I'm hearing it. Let's do it again.
Pack that out voice. Out. I don't hear the L, but it's probably there.
Oh, yeah, okay, I do agree the L's faint. You know, it's so easy for the ear to put in a letter, and you hear it and it's not there.
Yeah.
I'm constantly fighting that. The projection is gone.
He's talking about himself. He's isn't he? His ego. He says, I pack a loud voice. I pack a big gun.
That's right. He's talking about himself, yeah.
Yeah.
And here he is again talking about himself.
How many of you know it went back to the pits of hell where it belongs? Amen.
And he says, I have snake.
I have snake. I have snake. I have snake.
Well, there you go. Speaks for itself. What do I say? Then we have another woman.
I want to thank you so much because you've been a blessing in my life. And I thank God for just blessing me and keeping me because there were so many times I wanted to give up.
In the beast's name, you're selling this stuff.
In the beast's name, you're selling this stuff. In the beast's name, you're selling this stuff.
In the beast's name, you're selling this stuff.
I mean, what do you say? I mean, I don't know how many shows I have to keep on playing reversals like this for people to realize there's really something seriously wrong with the church.
This woman is, even her subconscious knows she's being conned, and she can't make the connection between her conscious mind and her subconscious realizations.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Here's a nice one on a woman.
Because God told me to come here to give you thanks in person. 2 weeks ago, I moved in a brand new house. My husband got $40,000 unexpected money. And I thank the Lord, Reverend Popoff, and you.
And here she says, Popoff was a goal and you've done it.
Popoff was a goal,
there you go.
Popoff with a goal, and you've done it. So she's saying two different things here. She's saying Popoff had a goal for her, and he did it, or God did it.
Yeah, well, someone did it. She got her money. So that was
you did it. You did it, David. That was the one you helped out, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, of course it was.
You bought the woman a new house and gave her husband $40,000. I think that was you.
I think it was indeed. Yes, I remember that. Right. All right, here's Popoff again.
A brand new truck. You see, not only $13,000 of bills paid off.
He'll con you see.
He'll con you see.
You see.
A little bit quick, but it is there. He'll con you see. Here's a funny one. This is on his wife. Talking about a woman who had an IRS debt paid off.
$138,000 to the IRS was paid off.
Liz, that was one of the greatest miracles I've ever witnessed.
Can you imagine that?
Okay, we've got two reversals here. His wife says a shame owing it, which is, shame owing $138,000 to the IRS, and he says underneath some guilt.
It's shame owing it.
It's shame owing it. It's shame owing it.
Did you hear that? The two reversals? Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know what the guilt is all about. I think he's, don't know. Anyway, some guilt. Probably feels a bit guilty for what he's doing, I would say. Here's a woman going crazy.
Now he told me there's nothing else they can do for me.
You weren't paying when
Oh, yes.
And what happened now?
Oh, I feel so much better. Oh,
And she says, I must see power. Well, there we go. Yeah.
Maybe that was, were you sure that wasn't Maxine Waters, the congresswoman from L.A.?
Oh, I got some classic reversals on her. I was looking at them last night. All right, here's the last one of Peter Popoff.
Liz, it's just amazing how God is supernaturally canceling the debts.
Isn't that amazing, Pete?
Of people.
Satan, he'll smack you.
Instead, he'll smack you. Instead, he'll smack you. Instead, he'll smack you.
Whatever's going to happen to them, they got a lot of bad karma they're accruing. Okay,
That's funny.
It's not going to end well. So
No.
there you go.
No, well, there's another one. All right, that's another one to add to your book, Peter Popoff. Peter has done popped off, and these people seem to always make comebacks. Though they wait around a few years and then they crawl their way back. No,
they come back like little snakes slithering. All right, look, now I've got one I'm really disappointed in. Gee, I'm disappointed in this. This is the presiding bishop of the Lutheran Church of America. You know, very, conservative, mainstream Protestant denomination.
Sure it is. Sure.
Yeah, you'd think, and she's a conservative looking woman, but, warm and open. So, okay, I'll probably get some good reversals on her. Ha ha. Okay, so here's the first one. This first one is just a benign one.
Now, you think about this situation. She's in the tents, and these people, these guests for whom she is making a lavish feast, showing proper hospitality, are now announcing that she is going to have a child. And that's great news for Abraham. But
you hear the laughter?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. The reversal says, hear the laughter.
Hear the laughter.
Hear the laughter. Hear the laughter.
Okay.
That's funny. That's funny.
Just speaks to us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we get this one.
But what about left-handers? We talk about a left-handed compliment. Or the word Latin for left in Latin is sinister.
Her sin is Satan.
Her sin is Satan.
Her sin is Satan. Her sin is Satan.
Okay, all right. You mean I've got it on the Lutheran Church as well? Give me a break. Jeez. That was sort of my thought when I heard it, okay? Oh no. And then we've got this one.
Not really.
I wish you could see the video. She looks like just a normal everyday clergyman, There's nothing pretentious about her, She's a nice looking lady.
Usually our answer, but long before Luther, long before St. Paul, who was himself, I think, a proto-Lutheran.
Forget that farce.
Forget that farce.
Forget that farce. Forget that farce.
In other words, the whole thing's a farce. Forget it. Okay? Okay. And we've got this one.
When we pray the Lord's Prayer and talk in the fourth petition, give us this day our daily bread, Luther included in that, if you remember from your small catechisms, or for those of you who've done the large catechism.
And when she talks about the catechism, she says it's so big in the shit.
It's so big in the shit.
It's so big in the shit. It's so big in the shit.
Okay, so Lutherans, throw your catechisms out the window, okay, because they really don't mean anything. Okay. Then we've got this one. This one just floored me.
David, if I might, these people, they're not presiding over religious guidance to help people morally, intellectually, whatever. They're running a business. These are all business people. This is their shtick.
I know. Look, it's just really sad. I've had just so many conflicting emotions the last few weeks doing all these reversals.
I know you have.
I expected what I got on the televangelists. I wasn't surprised, okay? I really wasn't surprised. But when I moved to mainstream Protestantism, I'm thinking, no, Nick. Then I was surprised, okay? Because anyway, so this one, here we go.
And if God has a role for an evangelical Lutheran Church of America witness to the gospel, nothing can stop us. If God has decided that He's done with us and needs to raise up another voice, there's nothing we can do to prevent that. It's up to God, and we need to get on board.
A demon, God is toxic. Now, how do you explain that reversal on the head of the Lutheran Church? I mean,
don't. No.
How do you explain that? You can't. You know what the premise of my book is going to be? I'm getting together now. I'm getting together in my head. I'm starting to write it now. My premise is going to be everyone's waiting for the Antichrist to come, okay, and the beast to rule the world, okay? Well, for a start, the Antichrist is not a biblical doctrine. There's nothing in the Bible that says an Antichrist is going to come to power. The only reference to an Antichrist is there an Antichrist here already now. You know, so what I'm saying is, so my premise is going to be, the church has built all these false doctrines about Satan ruling the world, and Jesus is going to come and destroy, and the beast is going to take over the throne of God. Well, my premise is all that's wrong. Just like it was in the first century when Jesus came, the church leaders knew all the prophecies and they got it all completely wrong. And I'm saying they've got it all completely wrong now. And the reason they've got it completely wrong, because the beast is already sitting on the throne of God and he's calling himself God in your heart. Because the temple, according to reverse speech, is the mind, the conscious and the unconscious mind. The prophecies say the beast will sit on the throne in the temple. Well, guess what's happening? The beast is sitting on the throne in the temple of the mind and the hearts of the church. And the Antichrist, well, the beast is not yet to come. He is already here, and he has already taken over, and you're already been damned. So you've been looking for something that's not coming because it's already in you now. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's good. And that's good. Yeah, you got it. Very good.
Anyway, so
yeah.
Let me just play that reversed again. A demon, God is toxic.
It's up to God, and we need to get on board.
So, I don't know. There you go.
Toxic.
You heard
toxic.
the whistle.
Yeah.
Toxic. I know. And then she goes.
Fear is a very powerful tool. Mm-hmm. Fear alienates and keeps people separate from one another. And as you found out, fear prevents people from seeing God in the other person.
Speak the sin. Yeah, well, that could be congruent. Fear is, you could call that the sin. All right, now she says this.
And now say somehow, if you're not like us, we're going to be afraid of you. And you wonder about that. If we see someone, and immediately I see an archetype of an entire myth instead of a human being.
Now must hiss you.
Now must hiss you.
Now must hiss you. Now must hiss you.
Of course, the snake hisses. That's how I get from that,
I heard the first words, no more. No more.
No more. Oh, well, that was speaking in favor.
Archetype of an entire myth instead of a human being. No must hiss you.
No must hiss you. No must hiss you.
I can hear it either way. There you go. It's a bit difficult sometimes. All right, then we got this one.
Wait, give this woman's name again, David, please. What's her name?
Elizabeth Eaton. Reverend, okay. Bishop Elizabeth Eaton. She is the head of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of America. Okay?
Got it.
So, yeah, well, actually, her title is the presiding bishop of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of America. So she's the head of the Lutheran Church. Okay. Next one along.
When that came to our county, we were all really happy because it was some sign of economic development. What we have then is poor people guarding poor people.
Blood with demonic.
Blood with demonic.
Blood with demonic. Mord with your money.
This is the head of the Lutheran Church saying this. just staggering. This great satanic takeover of the world's religions. It has already taken place, folks. It's not yet to come. It is already here. If you want to find the Antichrist, just look at the church, okay? And then you'll find him. Of course, I don't believe in the Antichrist, but anyway.
Sure.
If we're participating in that or not speaking out about that, we have the power and privilege in this church, and a lot of us to say, that's just not right.
We're lying, he keeps thy not.
We're lying, he keeps thy not.
Oh, and we're lying, he keeps thy not.
We're lying, he keeps thy not.
We're lying, he keeps thy not. We're lying, he keeps thy not.
I spelt not K-N-O-T. In other words, they're knotted up, or he keeps thy not. He doesn't keep you.
I got it. Yeah.
Anyway, we're lying is the key one on that. Then we got this one. Bloody hell.
One that's used and maybe abused a little bit. I have it from the Lutheran campus ministry at the University of Chicago, and it says, Lutherans sinning boldly since 1517.
Then I'm so fake, I fool Eve.
I'm so fake,
And I fool Eve.
Oh, and I fool Eve, okay.
Oh,
yeah. She's fooling everyone. She's as fake as they can come.
Yeah.
She believes God is toxic.
You are just demolishing organized religion. This isn't. We've heard things in the last 3 visits from you that are staggering. Yeah. These people are awful human beings. Well, let's leave that aside. These are awful people.
I know. I mean, I wish I didn't have this.
You didn't go looking for this. That's the most amazing part.
No, I didn't go looking for this at all. No, I didn't. No. Look, like I said, I wasn't surprised with the televangelists. They didn't surprise me. But these guys are. I mean, we did the Episcopalian church last night, if you remember. And, not last night, last week. You know, that was some blood dripping reversals. That was just horrible stuff. Just amazing. All right. Now, did I do Creflo Dollar on your show last week?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did. And I did Drumvalo Melchizedek. Okay.
God, I can't believe he's still around.
Yeah.
He was around. God, he was around back in the 60s and 70s, yes, I think.
Well, he's 80 now. I googled his age, so he's whether he's still doing workshops or not, I don't know. All right, here's a guy I've just started working on. I haven't quite finished them yet, but we'll play them anyway. We've got about 5 minutes left. This is Hal Lindsey. Now, Hal Lindsey is very big in the prophetic business. He wrote the book, The Late Great Planet Earth, okay? Yep. And he's all about the coming of the Antichrist and the rapture of the Christians and the second coming and the tribulation and, you know, the whole bit. Okay, so here's Hal Lindsey. I haven't finished yet. I'm halfway through.
This knowledge, by having a desire to know this God will move heaven and earth to get answers.
They burn and I feel blood.
They burn and I feel blood. They burn and I feel blood. They burn and I feel blood.
He's a guy who's a hellfire and brimstone. They're going to burn. Blood's going to drip the earth.
Roll in the streets. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hal Lindsey, whatever happened to him?
Well, this lecture here is only 2 years old, so he's still around.
Still at it.
Yeah, that's only 2 years old. But gee, I was following him when I was a teenager, so he's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And they will hammer their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. And nations will not lift up sword against nation. And never again will they learn war.
Okay, so he's talking forward about God's coming kingdom, okay? And there's going to be peace among the nations. There'll never be war. And he says backwards, Rome now, devil.
Rome now, devil.
Huh.
Which is a little bit of an incongruent reversal to what he's saying forwards, okay?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And then here he is again.
Synopsis chapter on this coming kingdom. Verse 1, then a shoot will spring up from the stem of Jesse.
Sore bitch, I let know.
So he shut it no. So he shut it no. So he shut it no.
So he's not shaping up very well either, is he?
No, but I don't hear bitch. I hear
you don't?
F-I-S-H, fish. I don't hear a B. I don't hear a B.
Okay.
Sprang up from the stem of Jesse. So he shut it no. So he shut.
Oh, it is fish. Well, I'll be bothered. Why didn't I hear that? Hang on, let me just do that again.
Stem of Jesse. So he shut it no. So he shut it no. So he shut it no.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Swordfish,
okay.
I let. It almost like
No.
it's almost like Noah, but I don't hear. I don't know. Is he talking biblical flood? The fish are all sore. Sore fish.
Yeah.
I don't know. A weird oblique allusion to sea life. I don't know. I don't. That's an odd one. I don't know.
All right, next one.
And they will not hurt or destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth will be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea.
Off evil prey.
Off evil prey. Off evil prey. Off evil prey.
Very dark reversals on this guy. Okay, he's
definitely dark for sure, no doubt.
Yeah, he's just really dark.
I never trusted him. I remember the book you talked about, the late great planet Earth. Boy, he had a high point there. He was rolling in dough and
he was
TV shows. He had his own show.
Yeah, I didn't Google his net worth. I don't know what he's worth now. Anyway, here's the next one.
It's interesting that cosmos, the Greek word cosmos, which is translated world, but it's really world system, is the word from which we get cosmetics.
It's the soul. We lost it.
It's the soul we lost it. It's the soul we lost it. It's the soul we lost it.
Huh.
I don't know. We've lost our soul. Who knows? I don't know. Oh, here he is coming out with some prejudice. He's talking for us about the Palestinians.
The people today that most harass Israel are descendants of Esau and Ishmael that are called Palestinians.
And he says, I am shitting that cause.
I am shitting that cause. I am shitting that cause. I am shitting that cause.
Or it could be, I am shit in that cause. Hang on, I heard it differently then. I am shit in that cause. I haven't checked these yet, sorry. So, I've
fine. That's fine.
I am shit in that cause.
I am shit in that cause. I am shit in that cause.
Yeah.
I am shit in that cause.
Yeah.
I am shit in that cause.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
shit
what I heard.
in that cause. Right?
Yeah. In other words, he's just being nasty. And the last reversal, it's not the last reversal to take, because I'm still got more to do, which I'll do tonight when I upload more videos to YouTube. For those who are following my YouTube uploads, be prepared for another dump tonight. I'll be putting 4 or 5 videos up. Okay, last reversals that I've got on him.
You know, Jesus in the Gospel of John predicted that there would be 2 different kinds of resurrection.
evil with it.
Evil with it. Evil with it. Evil with it.
Sure is.
So another dark preacher, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, another dark one. I'm speechless. Verse will speak for themselves. Any of you people thinking about going to church, be very careful which church you choose. Right now, the only one I suggest go to is the United Methodist. But other than that, just leave the rest alone, okay?
David, you know more about the Bible and these things than I do, but didn't Jesus allegedly say, "Do not build temples to worship me"?
Yes,
worship
exactly
me from
right.
within? Isn't that right?
That's right. Go to your room and close the door and pray in secret, and God who sees in secret will reward you. Yes, that's exactly what he said.
There you go. These people are all outrageous, and this is going to be a blockbuster book. Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
No doubt.
All right, there you go, Jeff. I'll see you next week, mate. Okay.
All right, you take good care, David. Thank you. Excellent. Superb.
No worries.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Good night. David Oates, ReverseSpeech.com. Remarkable. Yeah, he puts this book out. Organized religion will never be the same if it gets sold and distributed, which is another story. All right, we will be back tomorrow night, Wednesday. Take good care. Oh, I forgot to play it again. I promise I'll try and remember to do it tomorrow. I'll even write myself a note. Prepare, take care, and beware. Talk tomorrow.